Hey everyone, my name is Ian, I work at the Fort Worth Public Library, and welcome back to another Maker 101 project. Today we're going to be making our own marbled paper using some shave cream and some food coloring. It's a simple process that will be a lot of fun. It can get pretty messy, so if you have an apron, I would definitely suggest wearing it. Alright, let's go ahead and see how to do this project. Really quickly, I wanted to mention what marbling is. Marble is a type of stone that usually has veins of color running through it. Marble is a metamorphic rock, which is a rock that has been physically and chemically transformed over time due to intense heat and pressure. The lines that form in marble are from mineral impurities. You might even have some marble in your house right now. Many kitchen counters are made from marble. Today, we'll be imitating the look of marble through a process of marbling. Here's what's included in this month's kit. You'll have a plastic table cover, a piece of cardstock, an alcohol swab for cleaning up. You'll have a plate, a craft stick, food coloring, toothpicks, a spoon, and foaming shave cream. Some other items that you might want to have on hand are some paper towels. This project can get a little messy, so you might want to have those ready. And then a piece of cardboard. We'll talk about what the cardboard is for a little bit later on. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and spread out my tablecloth on my work surface to make sure that everything stays clean. Next, I'm going to take my can of foaming shave cream and shake it up really well. Just as a reminder, this project only works with the foam shave cream and not with the gel shave cream. So if you're going to do this project and you need to get more supplies, you can do that. Just make sure to get the foaming shave cream, not the gel. Okay, now that I've shaken it up, I'm going to go ahead and spray it into my plate. I'm going to go ahead and cover as much surface of the plate as I can using the shave cream. Now that I have the shave cream in my plate, I'm going to go ahead and take my spoon and I'm going to push it and kind of level it out. Now that I have my shave cream leveled out, I'm going to go ahead and take my food coloring and I'm going to go ahead and put drops of the food coloring in different places. It's important to remember that the food coloring needs to be a liquid and not the gel food coloring. The gel food coloring will not work with the foaming shave cream. Now I'm going to take my toothpick and I'm going to go ahead and start swirling these colors together. Just go back and forth in my shave cream. And you don't want to mix it too much, but you want to get it mixed around a little bit. Alright, I think that looks pretty good, so I'm going to go ahead and take my cardstock and I'm going to go ahead and push it down into the shave cream, making sure to get everything as saturated as possible with that shave cream. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and peel it back. And it doesn't look like much right now, but we can actually clean it up and get something pretty cool. For this part, you can either use your craft stick to drag across the surface to pull off the excess shave cream. And if you need something bigger to hold on to, you can use a piece of cardboard to go ahead and scrape across the surface. There we go, there's the shave cream on there, and there is some pretty cool looking paper. I like how that turned out. The cool thing is I could keep going with this. The colors that I have in there right now work together because yellow and blue mix together to make green, red and yellow mix together to make orange. So all of these colors that I have in my plate right now work together. So I could actually just add some more shave cream on the top. I don't have a lot left in my can. I can tell it's already starting to run a little low, but I can go ahead and do that and then grab my spoon and kind of fluff it back out and even it all back out again and put some more color in it to do another one. Alright, I've gone ahead and leveled everything out again and I'm going to use my toothpick. I've just added some red and some blue this time. The background is starting to turn into a muddied mess of colors, so you got to be careful whenever you're mixing your colors up. You don't want to muddy your colors too much, but you want to make sure to get them all mixed up. And since I'm using this plate again with the color that I've already used from the first time I used it, we'll probably get a little bit of some muddied colors in the background, but I think it'll still work out pretty cool. All right, this one looks pretty muddied, so I'm worried that I'm gonna get some mud on this one, but you never know. That's the fun thing about this, is you never know what you're gonna get whenever you pull it across, so let's see what happens. So there we go. On this one I did get a little bit of mud in some places, but it's still a really cool design, and I really like how it turned out. Looking at this, it almost looks like a battle between fire and ice. We've got those really bright red spots and then some very deep blues, and that really looks pretty cool. Since I'm a crafter, I happen to have some extra pieces of scrap cardstock on hand that are perfect for this. I'm going to try and use up what's left here in my plate, and if you don't have cardstock at home, you can use just regular computer paper. That works well too. I did want to show you quickly how to use the craft stick to wipe off the shave cream. All you do is put it down on one side, and I'm going to try and hold it, and then you just swipe it across the surface like that. Oh, that's cool looking. Look at that. All right, there we go. I have pulled out some more designs, and I'm really loving how these turned out. I really love this one right here. This was the last one that I did, and I think it came out really cool looking. You can see I got pretty messy during the process, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set these off to the side and let them dry. I'm gonna let them sit overnight, so that way I know they're completely dry, and then we'll come back tomorrow and take a look at them and see if they changed. All right, these are the results that we got. I left mine overnight. You don't have to. I think they dry sooner than overnight, but I really wanted to make sure that mine were completely dry, and they look great. I love how they came out. I can definitely tell from when I started to when I finished, I got a little more comfortable with the process and played around a little bit with it more. So I think my favorite one is actually the very last one that I did. I think this looks really cool. And the best part is you can use these for a lot of different things. You can make tags out of them for gifts. You can make card panels out of them. You can put them in a journal. You can put them in a frame. There's so many different ways to use them. You can cut them down. Obviously, you don't have to keep the whole piece of paper. You can cut down an area so that way you highlight the specific area that you like, and you don't have to have the whole page. It's really up to you and your creativity, and I can't wait to see what y'all create. I also wanted to mention that you don't have to put the whole piece of paper into the shave cream at once. You could cut your paper down into 4s, so that way it's a little easier to manage and put into the shave cream, or you could cut it in half, or whatever you want to do. You don't have to stick the whole piece of paper in there and do it that way. You can use smaller pieces of paper to create your art. Let's take a moment and talk about color theory. It can be really helpful when you're making your marbled paper. Did you notice when I was making mine, I said I had to be careful not to make mud? What I mean is I have to be careful not to use complementary colors together. When looking on the color wheel, colors that are across from each other are called complementary colors. For instance, as you can see, red and green are across from each other on the color wheel. When you mix these two pigments together, they make black or brown. The same goes for blue and orange, or purple and yellow. On the color wheel, red, yellow, and blue are called primary colors. When you mix two primary colors together, you get the secondary colors. For example, when you mix yellow and blue, you get green. When you're working with the food coloring, remember the color wheel and try to avoid using complementary colors together. Otherwise, you might end up with a much less colorful creation. So there you go, now you can make your very own marbled paper. And if you'd like to share your creations with us, make sure to post a photo over on the Fort Worth Public Library's Facebook page. That's all for this month, and don't forget to come back next month for the next Maker 101 project. Bye!